I think we got some fun stuff to play around with for this particular season. First, because I tried all these teams off screen, and from my experience, they seem to do decently well. Like, Haunting Shadows here, in particular, I was pleasantly surprised by. Remix did well in the few that it did, though. Kanto team, as old as it is like it won one battle and lost the other. So I'm kind of curious to see how well it actually goes for the rest of this. But considering, like, I've probably never actually used Defense Form Deoxys since, like, the very early days of GBL, I think I'm gonna, like, start with that team first. Good old Haunting Shadows. So let's hop right into it and see how it goes from there. Yeah, at least with Shadow Abomasnow, got that Deoxys in the middle of the background. Oh! Good question, Lava. Great League Remix. I don't know if there's a good way that actually shows it. But what Niantic did was they were actually tracking the Pokemon people used in Great League this season, and they banned, like, the top 10. I have to pull off a list to get everyone for sure, but I know there's certain Pokemon, the Pokemon I know for sure that you can't use for this are Umbreon, Azumarill, Talonflame, rest in peace, Ocean Moon. Alolan Raichu with his Kanto variant getting caught in the crossfire. Alolan Marowak with his Kanto version getting in the crossfire. I think that's actually the majority of them. I might as well just double check real quick to make sure I didn't gloss over anything. GBL Great League Remix bans. Yeah, here we go. On top of the ones that I mentioned already, Venusaur's also got the ban hammer. Skarmory's got the Bam Hammer, Swamper's got the Bam Hammer, Garvantula's got the Bam Hammer, and Scumfist along with his Galarian variant. Well, the good news is, like, the good news is you can still do normal Great League if you really hurts. 2, look at me. Get over, literally, my the entire Reliable is completely banned. Azumarill, Umbreon, and Skarmory. Can't use any of them. So I was a little worried at first I wouldn't be able to enjoy this league because, like, I understand the appeal of banning, like, the most popular Pokemon, but I didn't want to just use... It's like a mixture... I was kind of wanting a mix of banning popular Pokemon and having Pokemon to enjoy. Like, I wanted to use Pokemon that I like, but weren't overly meta relevant. And I felt like it just banned all the Pokemon that I actually wanted to use and didn't leave... No. I'm gonna say at the end that I can't use my old classics. I get how, like, this could spice things up a bit, though. And I was kind of worried that I wouldn't be able to have any Pokemon that I want to use, and I'd just be using completely generic Pokemon that just happen to miss the ban hammer. But I think the 3 teams that I got going on here are doing pretty well. Like, I'll admit, like, I'm gimmicking them with Shadow Pokemon to make up for the fact that, like, I'm not really a fan of Deoxys. And Abomasnow I'm neutral to, but I've been enjoying the Shadow Abomasnow when I use it. I'm a fan of Gardevoir, so finding a good opportunity to use Shadow Gardevoir is good in of itself too. Why don't I just hop in some battles and we can talk more about it as we go through it. Yeah, I guess I knew it was just a matter of, like, sitting down one night and just looking at PvP poke and trying to find Pokemon that I like that would be somewhat viable. I just wasn't sure if I'd be ready for that investment. It kind of, like, I kind of had a late night the night before this league drop because I didn't take any time to look into what was going to be in the GBL that whole time frame. it's kind of weird to talk about like future cups before the more modern ones come into play, but I'm actually like kind of looking forward to I forget what they call it, Great League Retro maybe? But like it's gonna be kind of like this, but instead of having bans, instead of banning Pokemon, they ban types, and the types they ban include anything that was not in the original Kanto games. So you got your... So no fairy types, no steel types, and no dark types. And I think that one's going to be kind of interesting, because, like, that's going to eliminate all the Charmers for sure. Oh, I forgot, like, frickin' Gardevoir can't take a hit at all for all the steam. Probably would have been worth using a shield that time, but I would have remembered just how freaking frail Gardevoir actually is. Now I probably should check out the chat after this. Ugh. He's like saving it for last. Like, they know. My hope was that like they were gonna shield that anyway, so it didn't really matter that I completely screwed up that attack. We didn't. I'm not gonna shield here because if I like, probably. I know it was dumb, but I kind of had a feeling I wasn't gonna survive that anyways. If I just went for another rock slide, I just would have blocked it. Let me see if I can fix the chat real quick, because I just noticed how unbalanced, let's say, it is. Yeah, it's a little too tiny now, but at least that's better than the way it was before. Alright. Cross my fingers this one goes better than the last one. Got the lead. So that was going to help a lot. Expecting a swap. Ooh, interesting. You hate Wigglytuff. Well, that's kind of unfortunate, because like I feel like... I think it feels like some of the bans that they had for Great League Classic kind of just made Charmers in general such a bigger deal. And I am kind of surprised a little that at least that we didn't have a situation where at least one of the Charmers got banned. I would have assumed that that would have been the case just with how prominent the move itself is. But Azumarill got banned, despite not having Charm, that is like the prominent fairy type in the meta. And you also gotta keep in mind, one thing that like, thinking about a bit, it's probably not relevant to you because you're already down there, but I'm thinking with the mindset of like rank 15 to 20 to like things that like the hardcore players use, and that's kind of like why I'm surprised that not more Charmers are banned and stuff like that. But in all reality, like a lot of the things that got banned that seem a bit more questionable kind of makes sense when you put it from like accessibility things, like the Raichu family, for example. Like alone Raichu, out of like the majority of the PvP related Pokemon, alone Raichu is probably one of the more accessible ones, because like you do one tier 3 raid whenever it's around, and bam, you have it. You don't have to think about it anymore. And it may not be the best I should say, but it is a pretty good PvP Pokemon. So between those two things, I can think of why it snuck its way in there. This is a tough situation, honestly, because both my Pokemon are Shadows. I don't think I can out-charm a Wigglytuff. I think it's too... Oh, maybe I can. It's gonna be close. What was I worry about? I guess it was just even right across the board. Let's see. What was the other examples? Like, Talonflame's probably in there. Well, one, Talonflame is pretty good. I used it too much myself in Ultra League. And I've seen some use of it in Great League as well, but too, like, we just had Fletchling Community Day a while ago, so, like, a lot of people were able to get their PvP Talonflame, and it's a good enough Pokemon that it doesn't need to be the best. The fact that everyone has access to it, and yet was still useful, kind of made it stand out in of itself. Interesting link combination we have here. Jump probably has Aerial Ace, but I'm gonna risk it not having that. And pay for it dearly, but you know what? I'll make up for that by farming it down, shielding if they decide to attack again. And I'll just have all this energy to spam on the next Pokemon that comes in. And still be in a bit of an advantage, hopefully. No. Okay, I'm actually considering my options. That is probably the best Pokemon to go into. Let me see if I can at least bait its shield out this way. Like, the energy difference between Thunderbolt and Rock Slide probably weren't big enough to justify that. But at least my risk paid off. Let me trust the bulk of this Pokemon a little bit. See how it happens. Oh, it could also be a power-up punch spammer. Although, I mean, I'm just gonna farm the energy you have for all it's worth. Okay. For a second there, I thought, like, a move didn't get registered or something. Okay. And if you want to go back and jump pluff, that's fine. Might be a little waste of energy, but I don't have too many other options, and I'd rather take you out. I went for the bait once, so I'm not going to risk going for the bait again and having it fail. And I was very tempted to actually raise up a Mandibuzz for this, because everyone's been telling me, like, if you're a fan of Umbreon, the Mandibuzz is kind of just like a flying version of Umbreon. And that was interesting. That kind of appealed to me just in concept. Like, you had a good elevator pitch from that and that alone. Do I want to waste my last shield just... You know what, sure. I'm about to faint. This sounds crazy. But I got this Water Ball energy that I really don't want to go to waste. I, like, spent way too much time farming it in the early game not to waste it. And this Pokemon would be the perfect thing to waste that energy on. Oh, and the battle's over. I kind of forgot that it was their last Pokemon already. Oops. I guess it didn't matter too much because I had a Charmer in the back. See, I was a little worried that, like, all the off-screen success I had with this wouldn't translate into a battle. Wouldn't translate on stream, considering how well things have gone. That first battle in particular. But I'm not sure how much of it is just me getting lucky with these leagues and how much it is, like, the team comp finally coming through, or just that first battle being incredibly unlucky. But I've been having a lot of luck. Now, I've learned from last time, I am not gonna, like, get greedy with my energy. I'm just gonna unleash this when I can. If they want their Altaria just to get sacrificed for the greater good, I'm okay with that. I'm willing to trade one... How bad am I willing to trade one Pokemon for one of their Pokemon? Good enough to try for a bait, I suppose. Like, if I get a shield from them for this play, then it'll be worth sacrificing the Bottom Snow for. And, do I go into Deoxys? Or... I think, like, it's a Powder Snow variant, not a Charmer. So I think I can get away with having Gardevoir come in here, clean up the job. And if the last Pokemon's something for Deoxys, then... Oh, well, they're down to one Pokemon anyways. If not, then... Yeah, actually, what am I doing? I need to be, like, setting up my counters and all that. I'm kind of wondering if it's even worth doing charge moves at this point, because, like, they have 2 shields. So if I go for a charge move at all, they're just gonna block it, and counter's doing a decent amount of damage as is. Yeah, good game. And now I kind of feel dirty using Deoxys. It's not you, it's me. Well, it's not me, it's the Great League Remix. If I was able to use my Burrow Umbreon, you wouldn't have to see me scrape the bottom of the barrel for the dirtiest scum that I have in my GBL party. Another Abomasnow favorited lead. I wonder if... yeah, this one doesn't even bother staying. Ah, Bastiodon. More Deoxys fodder. Fantastic. Yeah, I don't even think it's worth shielding. Now, for those of you who want to use the Deoxys defense form of your own, good luck. It was only in like 2 raid rotations like ever. One of them being before GBL even existed. Maybe actually both times before GBL even existed. It's honestly a bit of a shame. But well. Now, it wasn't as clean of a sweep as I thought. Kind of like thinking that like I let this Bastiodon get too crazy. I'm not sure it's like worth sacrificing a whole Deoxys just to take care of the Bastiodon. But considering the other Pokemon I have on my team, I didn't really have any other options. Like nothing else on this team would downside with this way team set up. Deoxys is the only thing that can really take care of that. But I think it's fine because like I can just spam the low energy water balls. And actually, like Gardevoir, I didn't even need to use a water ball. I could just go on to Gardevoir and just spam Charm. Be all good for it. And yeah, like I know, I still remember last time how much Body Slam did to me. I'm actually counting on it because I just want to get, as soon as Vigoroth gets off the field, I want Gardevoir off the field as soon as possible. And since I can't swap, that's probably the next best option. I was close enough to a Shadow Ball that I kind of wish. Well, it's kind of silly not to shield when when we're down to the last Pokemon. And that's why. But again, it's not even worth using Water Ball because they're just going to keep shielding. I'll just finish it off with the fast moves. That's like probably one of the bigger perks of Shadow Pokemon. It's not it's not a situation exclusive to Shadow Pokemon, but just like the early shields not using them up quickly. Wow, that was already a whole set. I guess the time really did fly. Let's see, and it's 7 o'clock. I might be able to squeeze in one more set. I'm enjoying myself enough to do so. But first I gotta make sure this Hitmonchan's not shiny. Yeah, and you can tell I'm a little bit behind with the GBL thing.